Hello, dear student. This is Professor Sheikh Rahmatullah with you. And today we are going to talk on emerging trends of medical tourism. We will learn and explore and try to understand what medical tourism is moving forward in India as well as internationally. So let's start understanding one by one. What is medical tourism? It refers to people traveling abroad or domestically to obtain medical treatment. So in their local habitat or traveling to a country which is a foreign country for them, people travel, and that travel is covered under medical tourism. People travel not only internationally, but there are a lot of travel happening to foreign countries and India as well. So that is medical tourism. Now here we would like to understand this one other topic, which is health tourism or well-being or regenerating tourism. Now these are two different elements, but broadly falling under the same explanation in a wider term. Now, health tourism is a travel that focuses on medical treatment and healthcare services. I just mentioned about health tourism, where health, to gain health, to regenerate, to get extra weight down, or to become more active, that's a health tourism. Let's look at medical tourism first. So where do people travel? By and large, when they travel abroad, it is a scenario that they travel from less developed country or underdeveloped country or possibly developing country to major medical center in highly developed countries. I would give an example here. Somebody coming in from Africa and going to Europe, or for certain type of treatment, people from India traveling abroad. An ideal example would be like film actor Manisha Koirala traveling to US for her medical treatment, or Yuvraj Singh, the cricketer, going to United States for their cancer treatment. So these are medical tourism, which means traveling from developing or underdeveloped country to a highly developed country. What do they do there when they travel? They travel to receive medical, dental, surgical care, or for better or greater care than in their own country, as I mentioned. Yuvraj Singh traveled for cancer treatment. It doesn't mean that we don't have this type of treatment available, but because of greater care and better attention and better medical care, people travel abroad. People travel due affordability and better access to care. Again, when they travel abroad, they can afford this. They can pay the cost. They can meet the expenses. They can undergo treatment because it is affordable as per their budget, and better access to care. Again, it covers a wide field of health-oriented, from preventive and health conductive treatment to rehabilitation and curative forms of travel. So as we understood that health tourism, which could be to regenerate in a spa or at a health resort, where somebody would like to tone up his whole body, the system, detoxify, and otherwise the treatment where extra care, extra research have been done. So these are all falling under the categories of medical tourism or health tourism. Now, as we have been talking, wellness tourism is a related field, of course, because there the least medical attention is given, but more attention is given to the wellness of a person, where he or she gains fitness, where he or she loses extra weight, detoxifies, and so on. So people with rare conditions travel to countries where the treatment is better understood. So this again explains us why do people travel. Let's talk about our country. India is one of the premier medical tourism destination in the world. Yes, we are getting good number of international tourists coming to our country. And what are the reasons? Let's start understanding them and exploring. The cost in compared to the other countries of Europe, States, Canada, Australia, the costs are lower, but not the lower quality of care. So utmost good care has been given to those people who come down to India for medical treatment. The quality of care compares to any Western country. Yes, we do offer an excellent medical care attention and treatment. So medical tourism most often is for surgeries. Could be a cosmetic or otherwise, or similar treatment like dentistry and fertility tourism. Again, medical tourism is on the rise around the world, from Asia and South America to Eastern Europe are getting on the act. So people do travel to some of the East European countries for certain surgeries like plastic surgeries, or in some countries they offer gender sex change as well. So that is part of medical tourism. Now, what are the emerging trends to watch out in 2020, the current year we are talking about? The trend is people are exploring newer opportunities. For example, somebody has been treating himself or herself for a long time and results are not coming, so they would like to explore new opportunity for that treatment. This is a trend that is moving on in 2020. They get to visit newer places, which means new countries, and get treated at less than a quarter of the price quoted to them in their home country. Now, when I talk about this, let's talk about citizens of Europe or America or Canada. They come down to India for certain treatment because the cost is 1/4 of what they are being charged there. Some countries catering to affordable and quality-laden medical services like India, of course, UAE, Greece, and Taiwan. So this is a new trend. People would love to go to these countries. So like people going in the UAE from Egypt or from Jordan, or for that matter, within UAE itself, domestic tourists. So because they have quality care and affordable pricing. Then the main USP, which is the main unique selling point in the new trends or new opportunities which people are exploring, is affordable medical treatment. Can they afford it? Can they pay that? Is it cheaper in cost as well as care? The quality of the service and care is affordable, and breathtaking locations and landscape for patients to visit. So not only the treatment, but post-treatment, they have a new location where they would have gone to explore. Another area, another trend, private health cities now get the spotlight. Now we are talking of private cities emerging. Many countries have set up private health cities, which are just only looking after the health requirement or medical treatment. What they have, the technology, the new technology, the skilled labor. When we talk of skilled labor here means the skilled doctors for quality medical treatment. Such cities are also investing in tourist-friendly location to offer patients something more than just medical well-being. So these countries or the new health cities, those have emerged, would offer excellent care and new technologies that have come in that field of medical treatment. This is to create a lasting impression on their mind so that they inform the others about too. So once somebody is treated in those type of new cities, those have been built, they would always recommend, and ultimately more patients would travel to that newly developed, highly skilled, technology-laden with skilled doctors available for quality medical treatment. So our country, India, a leading medical tourism destination, sees a potential medical tourism industry worth between something like 8 to 9 billion by 2020, the current year. That's the target set, or that's what Ministry of Tourism has assumed or working towards it, which would account for 20% of the global market share. So if you look into the figure given to us, we would be by 2020 and we would be looking at treating 1/5 of the new medical trend at a new medical trend that has emerged, and we would be treating those patients. Let's mention some of the top medical cities in India. Not to forget Chennai in south, where wonderful hospital Apollo is there. Then Mumbai comes next. Mumbai offers excellent cancer hospital, or we have heart, Asian Heart, or cancer, Tata Cancer. And then we have got Just Look and Kokilaben Ambani, and so many other medical hospital or cities where treatments are offered. Then we have New Delhi, where AIMS is going, and then Goa, Bangalore, Ahmedabad, Coimbatore, Vellore, Alleppey, and Hyderabad. So you can see some of the health cities have emerged in south more, then of course Mumbai and Delhi. So these are the top 10 cities that have emerged as a medical tourist destination. So look at this two pictures as to what we are looking at medical treatment. Now, the third trend that is moving around, and that's what people are going into medical tourism, that's the trend upping the bar for skilled professionals, which means what it was before, the surgery skills or treatment skill, the high technology being installed for the professional. So developing countries either lack the funding. So the developing countries like India lacked funding some 5 to 10 years back, or they did not have resources to equip citizens with the professional skill for quality service. So this is now they are upping up the bar of skilled professional, bringing in new technologies, training them abroad so that they understand new technologies. With the medical tourism, there is enough capital pouring in to afford both. Now, since this has become an industry where tourists travel for medical attention, care, there is a huge amount of funding coming in so that this industry is properly serviced. People are getting equipped with the professional skill to treat patients better and attract more tourists from around the world. The thing what is we are observing in our country, it is a progressive cycle for developing nation. So that will account for more tourist flow in our country with the technology and highly skilled. Like India stand very high on open heart surgeries. We have Apollo Hospital where all type of treatment are carried out, and it attracts huge number of patients coming around, not only from neighboring Asia, but also from Western countries like America and Europe due to the lower cost. The shift now, the fourth trend that is happening and that has to be watched for 2020 is the shift in demographic of developing countries. What does that mean? People are now coming to developing countries for medical procedures done at a cheaper price. Already mentioned to you that the cost compared to what is being charged in countries like States, India charges just 1/4 of it with excellent quality, skill, and new techniques. So definite shift in demographic in terms of revenue generation. So ultimately, this has resulted into more revenues generated for the developing countries like India. Medical tourism is a massive shift in revenue generation towards Asia. Now, with the growth of medical revenues coming in, or medical attention care given, the shift has moved to Asia. India, Malaysia, Thailand are ranking very high. Taiwan also stand very high. And the country like Turkey on the border of Asia and Europe is also emerging for eye treatment. So the Asia Pacific holds the largest share of 43.7% of the global market. So you can look at what the countries just now mentioned hold for the tourism of medical attention. The fifth trend is segmentation aspect of global medical tourism market. Now, medical tourism has its segment like surgeries, like medical care, like spa, different type of surgeries, growing as a trend because based on different segment of medical tourism just mentioned, people do go to these countries for different type of surgeries, different type of care. Different countries specialize in different aspects of medical treatment. There are various types of medical treatment one could offer like orthopedic, spinal treatment, cancer, or oncology, meaning tumor treatments, cardiovascular treatment, or even dental treatment, plastic surgery, laser treatment, and surgery related to sex change. These are some of the segmentation of the medical tourism, and different countries specialize in different type of these segmentation. And that segmentation has taken place. For example, heart treatment is considered to be at 1/4 the price than Europe in India, and India has been segmented for high quality heart treatment. Likewise, Asia, Thailand in Asia has great medical attention given for sex change or laser treatment or gamma surgery, or for that matter, heart surgeries in Bumrungrad Hospital in Thailand, where international tourists come in, and for same surgery that could be charged $100,000 in US or Canada, Thailand charges something from 30 to 35,000, including post-surgical treatment. So these are the development that has happened, and segmentation has taken place of special type of them. This is a trend. The rise of a market. This is another trend. Many developed countries that have been losing capital on this frontier are now looking into medical treatment or tourism, mainly to retain the patient they are losing. Now, developing countries which were sending their patient for treatment to developed countries were losing some of their revenues or their foreign exchange to those countries. Now, those countries with the high medical treatment being offered, the trend has come, thus those countries have become as a rise in the market. We go next and understand why India is top choice. We need to take an account, we need to understand. So foreign patient, let's start understanding. Foreign patient opt for medical and tour India for several special surgeries like cosmetic surgery. This one topped the list as India has increased their laser and cosmetic technology system with ultra modern new technique and new equipment that has been launched in our country. Dentistry. Now, for example, dentistry in European country, to give you an example, just for a root canal filling or a bridge done, something like $1,000 are charged, more than that at time. Whereas in India, you can do as within $200 to $400. So dentistry, regular checkup and general tooth reconstruction can be quite expensive overseas, just explain. But India offers the best price and the finest result. So then you are listening to Professor Sheikh Rahmatullah, and we are talking about the medical trend in the year 2020. So let's talk about what India is top in, why India is a top choice. The third, cardiovascular, so orthopedic surgeries, angioplasty, joint and spine pain, knee joint operation are popular in the country. Many international tourists come here for all these surgeries. Again, the fourth important reason why India topped the list is cancer treatment. Not many can afford expensive cancer treatment in countries like US and UK, though their technology is supposed to be the best. But yes, India has gone much ahead and excellent cancer treatment are being offered in India. India has stepped up their game and is providing amazing cancer treatment plus surgeries. Many international and local patients have seen positive results post-treatment in India. I just mentioned about the hospital in Mumbai, Asian Heart Hospital at Bandakula Complex that offer excellent heart surgeries. A lot of tourists also come to India for weight loss, laser, hair removal, could be facial, could be bodily, or skin treatment, skin whitening, and much more. So these are the few reasons why India topped the list. As you can see, Ministry of Tourism figures suggest that India could grow by 200% from 2015 to 2020. That's coming to an end this year, and we are looking and foreseeing to make this industry something between $8 to $9 billion. Again, we talk about India to understand the importance of medical tourism here and the trend. India become a top health tourism destination for high-end surgeries at inexpensive prices. I highlighted and pointed out to you. Inexpensive prices, but not compromising on the quality and the treatment. It specializes in inexpensive bypass surgeries and other high-end medical procedures for medical tourists. We could hear in Western media as well as on international media of Westerners traveling to India and saving, as I mentioned, up to 75% of the cost over home country cost for large procedures. Travel costs included. This includes their traveling here, post-surgical treatment, sometime one of the attendant. All these costs involved added are just 25% what they could charge in their country. So yes, India is anticipated to have a 2 billion industry serving the overseas patient, thanks to well over 100,000 patients who visit each year. So these 100,000 patients generate almost 2 to 3 billion from international tourists. So Indian government has understood the importance of this industry. The trend is Indian government is easing restriction on citizens. There are consultations offered to international tourists by hospitals in India in different languages. They have translator available in different hospitals. be an Arab coming to India or someone coming in from any foreign country who can't communicate in English. So they are offered these facilities, and government is encouraging easy visa processing with fewer restrictions imposed on such travelers. So India is widely known for its advanced medical services and equipment. So dear student, Professor Sheikh Rahmatullah, you are listening to, and I have been highlighting the reasons and account of why India is amongst one of the top medical providing countries. Doctors tend to be highly trained due to large medical tourism cities like Chennai, Noida, or Mumbai. Having foreign patients fill half of their hospital beds, and it's a reality that a lot of international tourists do visit a hospital, say like Apollo Hospital, AIMS, or Asian Heart Hospital, Nanavati Hospital, Lilavati Hospital, or Kokilaben Ambani Hospital, or for that matter, Jaslok, and so on. So these are the hospitals where doctors have been highly trained, and they have very high skill technique plus technology available at this hospital. Language barrier, as I pointed out, is no more there. Those who don't speak English, Indian hospitals are bringing in translator for non-English speaking foreigners. Not at the hospital, but at times, even medical reports when they are sent for study are being translated, discussed by respective translator who are professional in their business because they understand medical terminology to explain to the ailing patient. India is also top destination for cardiac bypass surgery at facilities like Asian Heart Hospital. I mentioned the procedure can just cost less than 10 to 15,000 as compared to more than 100,000 in the West. So dear student, I'm Professor Sheikh Rahmatullah, and we are looking at medical trends in 2020. So we have taken account of what other countries that are offering medical treatment. I mentioned 2 or 3 of the countries where medical tourism is booming due to advanced technology, highly skilled and trained doctors abroad who have come back to work in their home country. And so there is a survey done by an institute, and the outcome is given here as 2020 Global Medical Trends Survey. What is that? Let's take account of that. The cost of medical care is rising, and that's a reality because they are offering advanced technology, they are offering medical cities where highly skilled and trained doctors are available, as well as equipment, techniques are ultra modern that is being offered for treatment. So cost is increasing. Thanks to insurance companies who many a times, or rather almost every time, they cover you, except the insurance companies don't offer medical assistance on alcohol related or sexually transmitted disease. So yes, we are looking at the cost is rising, and that's a trend. People are careful to bring in under the budget, and that they do by having medical insurance. So the global trend is for a projected 6.8 increase in 2020, where it was almost same in 2019, and it was 6.7%. What's the trend again? Cancer, cardiovascular diseases, and conditions affecting musculoskeletal and connective tissue remain the top 3 conditions for which people travel internationally for treatment, and they come to the countries, those who are offering this. Now, dear student, I'm highlighting this on the medical terms just to explain the trends. I'm not a medical expert. So noticeable, one thing which has emerged in 2020 trend, and that may also remain, that mental and behavioral disorder will become increasingly significant. Now, mental and behavioral disorder could be anything like Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and somebody having mental problems, stress could also lead to mental. So these are some of the noticeable trend for which patients are traveling. Again, another trend is overuse of care, because too much of advanced technology is available. So overuse of care has increased the cost. You're not happy with a treatment at one country, you would like to visit another country for same treatment or for same opinion. Ultimately, this increases the cost because you have attended to one medical situation twice. It is also increasing. The health care costs are rising. The fees, the charges by doctors are on the rise. So this is another noticeable area. The costs are increasing, not as what it was charged something like 5 to 7 years back. Now population growth is also emerging as a market, because more the people, more health related issues. Why? Because life expectancy has gone up, but because of the stylish lifestyle or easy to go lucky, happy lifestyle has resulted in a lot of medical issues. For this, people are traveling. Like people are traveling to Kerala, though looking healthy, but he or she has gone for losing extra weight or trimming down, toning up the body, or shaping up the body. So these are some of the rising healthcare costs, population growth. Now, advancement in technology has also resulted to people and helping people to take their medical care. Advancement in technology. Yes, the technology has advanced drastically. For example, now a kidney stone can be treated with a laser surgery, need not go for an absolute surgery where stone is removed out of kidney. Then, of course, another trend, regulatory pressure, lot of pressure mounts up on a patient for certain regulations. So this is also a trend people avoid to visit those countries where there is a pressure. And then, of course, we are talking about reinforcing the role of medical affairs so that the importance of medical is understood. Well, this comes to an end on our talk on today's topic, emerging medical trends in 2020. Student, we have covered a great amount of talk. We have covered why India is on top of the list. We have discussed what India offers, why people travel abroad, and why medical tourism has become an industry where it is contributing to the growth. Again, I thank you. You were listening to Professor Sheikh Rahmatullah. And for any additional subject-related queries, kindly email me at Rahmatullah, RAHMATULLAH .sheikh @dypatil.edu as appearing on your screen. Thank you very much, and see you in my next talk. Thank you very much.